Atin naman pong pakinggan ang pansigliwang na pananalita mula sa Pangulo ng Senado ng Pilipinas, ang iginagalang Franklin M. Drilon.
Your Excellency, President Benigno S. Aquino III, His Excellency Giuseppe Pinto, and Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Speaker Feliciano Belmonte Jr. and the members of the House of Representatives, my colleagues in the Senate, Senator Ligarda, Senator Angara, Senator Villar, members of the Cabinet, Justices of the Supreme Court, Governor Arthur Defensor Sr., fellow workers in government, a very pleasant good morning to all of you. With immense pride and joy, I welcome you all to Iloilo. It is truly a great honor to be able to host the celebration of the 117th anniversary of the proclamation of the Philippine independence. We, Ilonggos, are grateful to the President for marking this important milestone in our nation's life here in Iloilo. It was here in Santa Barbara on November 17, 1898, where the Philippine flag was first raised in the Visayas and the first time outside Luzon. On that day, the Provisional Revolutionary Government of the Visayas, led by General Martin T. Delgado, was organized and inaugurated. The raising of the Philippine flag in Iloilo symbolized the unity of the Visayan revolutionaries with their compatriots in Luzon. General Martin Delgado, locally known as Tan Martin, and the Ilonggo revolutionaries stood in solidarity with General Emilio Aguinaldo and the revolutionaries of Cavite, who raised the Philippine flag months before that. Ngayong araw na ito, ating ginugunita ang kabayanihan, ang katapangan, at ang pagsasakripisyo ng ating na maipaglaban nakipaglaban para sa ating kalayaan. Ang araw na ito ay ating inaalay para sa mga bayani na nagbuwis ng kanilang buhay para sa ating bansa. We renew our commitment to honor their extraordinary legacy and uphold the ideals and values they stood for. Throughout our nation's history, Filipinos showed that they were ready and willing to offer their lives for this country to remain free and democratic. In Iloilo, Mr. President, more than 1 century after the Philippines became the first republic in Asia, the Ilonggos were waging another battle, this time a battle against economic insignificance. Ilonggos were yearning for liberation, this time liberation from socio-cultural deterioration. Iloilo was once a jewel of a place. With the passing of time, it slowly lost its economic luster. Iloilo was on the road to poverty and mediocrity. However, Ilonggos are made of much tougher stuff. We held on to our dream of transforming this province into a model of political unity, of good governance, and economic development. Kayo po, Ginoong Pangulo, ang nagbigay ng pag-asa sa amin na muling maibalik ang Iloilo bilang Queen City of the South. With Your Excellency's full and complete support, a strong political will, and a united political leadership, we embark on a journey towards the realization of every Ilonggos dream of transforming Iloilo into a model community. Iloilo, Mr. President, has made giant leaps and strides. Iloilo is on the move. In Iloilo, we make no promises. We just do it. Mr. President, when you assumed the presidency, Iloilo River was dying. We revived it. The river esplanade is now a prime tourist destination. The Iloilo River Plains, where 1,000 families living along the river banks have been resettled, is a model resettlement site. We have constructed a AA abattoir to replace a 60-year-old slaughterhouse polluted the river. A passenger ferry terminal replaced a ship repair facility squatting on and polluting our river. Using a 1916 cadastral survey, we restored the original boundaries of the river. We removed derelicts, fish pens, and illegal structures like restaurants and even a dialysis center. Iloilo River has become the symbol and the pride of Iloilo. We built the Iloilo International Airport. The Iloilo Sea, once described as the armpit of the Visayas, is now being expanded due to port congestion. Mr. President, 25% of the economy in Western Visayas is agriculture. Yet, agricultural output in the region has shrunk by an alarming 3% in 2013. We therefore worked on the construction of the Halao River Multipurpose Project, authorized under Republic Act 2651 in 1960 when you were born. The project was only fully funded during your administration with a $208 million official development assistance from South Korea. Once completed, the project will irrigate 32,000 hectares of rice land in our province, benefit 783,000 farmers, increase our rice production to over 300,000 tons, produce 6.6 megawatts of electricity, and provide up to 86,000 cubic meters per day of good quality potable water. We are now completing a world-class convention center to position our province as a prime convention destination. It will be the venue of the upcoming APEC meeting in October, and I hope to see many members of the Diplomatic Corps come back in October and join us in this historic meeting. Mr. President, we improved our road network. We widened the existing Senator Benigno Avenue to make it a 10-lane road, complete with a red-tiled brick bicycle lane. We constructed a 14-kilometer, 4-lane President Corazon Aquino Avenue around the city and opened new areas for land development. In Iloilo, Mr. President, in Iloilo, we have our own version of the NLEX and the SLEX. But unlike these two expressways, ours is free of charge. These projects were initially thought of by pessimists and cynics as impossible. Ang inaakala po ng iba noon ay imposible, ay naging posible dahil sa tulong at suporta ng ating Pangulo. The government's investment in infrastructure encouraged the private sector investment in Iloilo. MegaWorld's 38 billion peso Iloilo Business Park, Ayala's 15 billion business park, as well as development projects of the SM Group, Gaisano, Robinson, Double Dragon, Global Power, Uisi, FINMA. This is proof of private sector's confidence in our province, Mr. President. With the encouragement of the Iloilo Economic Development Foundation, these private sector investments will propel Iloilo's economy to greater heights. Ginoong Pangulo, ang pag-unlad po ng Iloilo ay patunay na ang daang matuwid ay nagbunga ng mabuti para sa ating bansa at nararapat lamang na ipagpatuloy sa susunod na administrasyon. It is an excellent model of good governance. I am proud to say, Mr. President, that every peso spent in Iloilo by the government is properly accounted for. The seeds of good governance were planted by Your Excellency's administration more than 4 years ago. In Iloilo, we have seen how these seeds have grown into trees of development and of hope, not only for the Ilonggos but for the rest of the country as well. Ako po ay naniniwala na kung nabago at napaunlad namin ang Iloilo, magagawa po natin ito sa buong bansa hanggat may pagkakaisa, political will, at strong commitment to good governance. In Iloilo, Mr. President, we've proven that if we are united and put our collective interest before individual interest, we can create change. In Iloilo, we nurture big dreams, and we are working hard to realize these dreams. I know that in each and every Filipino, there is a longing to make a difference. There is an innate capacity to rise to the challenges of the times, and there is a profound love for country. Yes, under your leadership, Mr. President, we have made great strides as a people. We have only to work, for no one but us, Filipinos, can build a strong and prosperous nation. 117 years ago, our country gained its independence. Our gratitude to our forefathers, our heroes, who gave their lives to make this possible, has no bounds. However, the best way to honor their legacy is to unite and bring our beloved country to its development goals on the wings of good governance. As it was then, and as it is now, Ilonggos stand in solidarity with Your Excellency and the Filipino nation in pursuit of development and in the promotion and protection of our economic values. For it is only by being united can we move a revolution forward. And by being united with a single mind and heart, we can move this nation to greatness. Maraming pong salamat muli, Ginoong Pangulo. God bless the Philippines.
Marami pong salamat. Ginagalang na Pangulo ng Senado ng Pilipinas.